It's about what an asshole I am.
No, we'll send it back to him. You fucking.
Thank you. It's the whole fucking point of the conversation. Maybe I'm too high.
Alexa, play Howard 101.
Howard 101 from Randa Sirius XM.
Which lower can I go than a discussion about an Iron Man?
Alexa, play Howard 100.
Howard 100 from Randa Sirius XM.
I lived for your failure. Yeah, my father. I mean, everything was a nightmare in my house. My father would come home and goes, what a day at work. What has happened? These people, we should treat them. My partner had a baby. He's showing me pictures of the baby. What? He showed me pictures of his kid. Who gives a shit? I never once would carry a picture of my children and sit there and show it to somebody. Of course not. You think people care about your children? I don't carry any pictures of my children in the wall. I don't either, of course not. So they sit there, they brag about their children. They want you to see them. What do I got to look at them for? Now listen. I never brag about my kids. Everyone with the kids. And their kids aren't so special, and nobody cares. I sit there in my wallet with a picture of my kids. How am I going to do that for? Of course not. Why would you do that? And most of these parents are horrible parents. It's a lot of baloney when they show you the picture. Listen, your friend's mother, he got sick. She took him to a hospital on Long Island. If my children got sick, I would go right to the city. What kind of mothers are these? Right, got it. I thought they were nice people, but no, please, nice people. You should only know. I guess you and Dad are the only good parents. That's pretty much it. And we hit the lottery. Believe you me, I never had a mother. My mother died when I was 9. And I'll tell you the truth, my father never loved us. Sent us off to orphanage. The orphanage was full. There had no shoes. It's like dueling banjos of poverty.
I know. Who had the worst childhood?
Yeah. My father went to a cart off the street. I got no shoes for school. He gave me 2 left shoes. I walked to school with them. Listen, we never had underwear. I never had a toy. I never had a doll. I had nothing. My sister and I had 1 pair of underwear apiece. And when we were sent off to Ohio, my father, after my mother died, they never told us she died. They just sent us away. All my brothers and sisters died in Europe because there were no antibiotics. That's right. Yeah. We would get thrown out of our apartment every single week. And then, of course, we had no rent. My father worked in a sweatshop. I walked in, he was in his underwear at work. Well, my father was the Depression. He had a job as a butcher, so at least we had some money. That's right. You had it good. How did they find each other? I went to a, excuse me? I went to a dance. And I was out of the army, and I went there, and she was there at the dance.
Well, did you like her looks? What was?
I went with my sister to a dance, and my sister was the beauty. But she went, and she told me, "Yo, go." I said, "I don't want to go to the dance. I don't like these guys. They're all short. I was a tall woman. I'm 5'8", after all." And my sister said, a tall guy will be there. Don't worry about it.
All he had to be was tall.
I went to with my sister, and he was there. I saw him. Oh, was it love at first sight? No. What do you mean, love? There's no such thing. You gotta get to know a person a bit, and then you can fall in love at first sight. I thought he was handsome, and he asked me to dance. And he got my address to send me a postcard. If she had lived far away, like in the Bronx, I wouldn't have dated her. He did not want to travel, so I hadn't heard from him. But the postcard came, and he said he would like to see me. So we went out on a date. My father was very upset about it because he didn't want me getting married. He wanted to be cleaning, He wanted to be cleaning and cooking for him. He wasn't looking to get rid of me at this point. Yeah. But I went on a date with her. It was nice. We had good conversation. He had never tried
what it was about no shoes and no underwear.
He was so poor. He had never been to a Chinese restaurant. I introduced him to it. I never ate that in the army. I like the food. At least it was. I like institutional food. He always liked institutional food. Your father never complained about food. I eat anything. I don't care. He liked it. Yeah, eggs. Of course, I eat up everything. I never had food like this. We never had food in my house. He thought he died and went to heaven in the military. That's right. My goodness. Delicious food. Who ever had meals like this? Well, I never did. I took him to the Chinese restaurant. He didn't know what was going on. He'd never been. It was good. Sure. Wow. Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And then they got you.
Thank
God they got together.
Oh, look at the time. I gotta get out of here. What's up, Ralph?
Institutional food. Did he really say that?
Yeah, of course he did. I'm not making this shit up. I love institutional food. Even though I would eat the powdered eggs and the...
I was thinking, he must be talking about powdered eggs, powdered milk.
And the garbage nobody likes.
There were guys there that they didn't eat. I ate up everything. I loved it.
Hey, you were talking about TV. Let me tell you something real quick. Watchmen, it's great, but rewatch it from the beginning because you got to get the whole, you know what I mean? Because you'll forget
the backstory.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Great. I don't know why I stopped watching it.
You know why you stopped watching it? Because they put it out every week. I just watched it a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Right all the way through.
Yeah, and that's why I like Netflix. If it's all there, I remember to watch it. That's why I watch Lucifer. It's all there. I just watch it.
Cool, yeah. If I watch it, you got to watch it all together. And 21 Bridges, I just watched that on Showtime. It's a cops and robbers movie. You'll really like it. It's Chadwick Boseman, who just died, you know him?
21 Bridges?
21 Bridges, really good. Just a solid cops and robbers, shoot them up, get, revenge, get this one and get that one. But the one that I love, but they're doing it every week, which pisses me off, is The Vow on HBO. Remember that?
What?
The Vow.
The Vow on HBO. Remember that Allison Mack from Smallville got, wrapped up in this sex cult? It's not really a sex cult, but, it's so fucking good. Remember Catherine Oxenberg was trying to rescue her daughter from this is it. And they recorded everything. So you got interviews, this guy is just...
I don't like that. I don't need other people's problems.
This is a documentary.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't like it. Too much. Thank you, Ralph.
Well, the other two you will love. Thanks.
All I know is, hey, Ralph. All I know is I was talking to Jimmy right before the Emmys, and he goes, "You're not going to believe this. I'm getting emails from Ralph right before right before Jimmy went out. He's reading emails from Ralph."
Oh, really? What was Ralph saying to Jimmy?
I don't know.
I wish you bad luck.
But he wished him luck and stuff. I said, you were laughing about it. I said, hey, that's odd. That's what. Well, that's why I wrote Gene. I said, oh, that's funny. I'm talking to Ralph right now on FaceTime, and then I sent him some gay porn. And
You were talking to me on FaceTime.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Oh, I
Because you've been doing all that stuff with the penis.
Right.
The stuff. You sent me something weird.
Well, send me gay stuff. I really like that. Yeah. I sent you a bunch of naked guys with big cocks. Yeah, that's fun.
A black guy with a huge dick.
Oh yeah, somebody sent me that. There's this black guy it's the same black guy, and they use him for every. Do you know about this? And he's got this big, gigantic penis, and he's in multiple.
3 feet long. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but he shows up everywhere. I'm sure a lot of people know what I'm talking about. It's a social media thing that it's one guy. Because when I sent it to somebody else, I sent it to a bunch of friends of mine. They said, "Oh, that guy,"
Oh, yeah,
and then
we know him.
They know him. But somehow people are always sending Ralph dick pics. He's totally straight, but for some reason they feel he should get these.
I think that Ralph thinks this, but nobody else does, so they keep sending him these pictures.
Listen, I'll take a look. Whatever. Let me see.
Why not? See what's doing. Make a comparison. All right. Good for you, Ralph. Hey, Ralph, didn't I see your penis once? I remember seeing it.
Yeah, there was something, I don't remember exactly. You would think you would remember exactly why, but...
I remember I was hanging out with Ralph, and we were just bullshitting, and then he pulled his sweatpants down, and I saw his penis. And pulled his underwear.
Well, that's an interesting move.
I saw it.
That's my move, Robin.
I don't think I saw the whole thing. I think I saw, like, the base of it.
What, did he flash you? Or
something was happening, but it wasn't it didn't even register in me.
You didn't think you let me send you a full picture?
No.
Oh, Anna, I gotta get ready for work.
He must have one. Send it to Robin, not to me. All right, goodbye.
Robin, I'll text you later.
What is he texting you about? What's he texting you? All right, okay. All right, I didn't know. The morning went so fast, I didn't even realize what time it is. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
Boogie on out of here?
Boogie on out of here. Casper, don't forget them. The mattresses are engineered to include your sleep and built to last. Learn more at visitcasper.com. We love Casper so much.
Yeah.
We want a mattress.
Absolutely.
What's the latest?
Good mattress delivered to your door. It's amazing what comes out of that box. You'll be impressed.
Right. It's crazy how good it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try it, you don't like it, they take it back. It's a whole
100 days you've got.
100 fucking days. Oh, good boy. All right,
And
that's it.
Tomorrow you will explain to me what's going on with Colton and Kathy.
Yes, that's what topic I'm gonna. Colton from The Bachelor. We're gonna talk about him and who was issued a restraining order. It doesn't matter.
This is The Bachelor.
Remember when I did the Ellen DeGeneres show? He came out and married.
Yes.
Married me to.
You guys renewed your vows, and he is the minister of sorts.
Yeah. Weird guy. Like a handsome guy that women dig, but like strange that he was still a virgin and he was like, I don't know. Then he says I was concentrating on my football career. It was just all very odd. And then he's on The Bachelor. And I remember the girl that he liked wasn't interested in him, and something tried to get away from the camera. And he was like, dude, there's something wrong with it.
Something wrong with that guy.
He signed up for The Bachelor. He signed up for The Bachelor. He can't run away from the camera. The whole concept is that you're on camera.
That's right. Everything else has happened on camera. You can't jump the fence now.
Yeah. Seemed like a sweet guy, but like a deer in the headlights. Showbiz is not for him because I said to him, Remember, I walked in and I met him, and he says, "I said, hey, what is your game plan?" And he goes, "Oh, I want to be." Did they say I want to be in the media? I want to be a broadcaster. I think something like that.
Right, like he wanted a show of some sort.
And I was like, really? They don't seem all that kind of outgoing. I remember even when he was married, I had, a big discussion.
Pep talks.
Yeah.
Little coaching.
Like, hey, dude, we had a whole service plan. We should cut it. It wasn't in it. Stop it. They're not really getting married. Oh, wonderful. Football, Virgin. Now he's got his training order. Yeah, couldn't end well. Cassie was his girlfriend. She was really cute. Really cute. And she wasn't all that impressed by him.
No.
But she ended up going out with him.
But
And
no,
got his training order.
it didn't last. And now she's taking out restraining orders against him.
Court documents show that Colton must stay. By the way, they better not sweep that under the rug on The Bachelor. I want that guy back on. I want them, the way they celebrate the successes. You got to celebrate that this guy owns going there. Yeah. Court documents show that Colton must stay at least 100 yards away from Cassie at all times.
Even if she's in a car, he can't get 200 yards within the car.
I don't know. 100 yards. That should be easy for him because that's the size of a football field, isn't it? 100 yards, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So, okay. So, like, I stand by one goalpost and she could stand at the other. Cassie claims that after they broke up, Colton stalked and harassed her, planted a tracking device on her car, and sent her unsettling text messages at all hours of the day. Maybe that's why you don't want to fuck a guy who's like in his late 20s and he's a virgin.
And climbs a fence to get away from people.
Cassie's family says they once caught Colton in an alley outside her bedroom window at 2 a.m. He's a good-looking guy. You can't get any other room.
He says this is all a misunderstanding.
That's a pretty heavy misunderstanding. If you want to come on our show and explain your misunderstanding, I'm all about that. It's, nothing worse than a false accusation. Yeah, virgins become very attached to their
First love.
Mm-hmm. It's probably
Because he had to get her back.
It's probably a sort of badge now, trying to put him out of there. It's like, what the fuck did I do?
What did I do? My father told me not to do this.
I was trying to get on The Bachelor so I could just, piggyback onto Dancing with the Stars, and now I'm hanging out with a guy in the stalking.
Guys outside my bedroom window.
Right. Wow. A lot of drama there. And after the show, the cameras go away. You get somebody stalking you, you got no help. And stalking's not funny, man. I mean, that's scary.
No. It was one thing when he had a camera with him.
Yeah.
Now that there's no camera, it's not fun.
Hey, Apples, what's up?
Hey now, Howard.
Hey now.
I thought,
Hey now.
I thought that you
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. I gotta go. I forgot. It's late. I gotta go. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I saw this Instagram. She took a picture of, I think, Ellen hanging out on your drawing table. And, looks like you were drawing a picture of, a woman under a bridge. Can you tell me, what do you do? What do you set up when you do that? Do you play any music? Do you go in there?
Oh, yeah. I had on music. I got the painting table. The cat was up on the painting table. I was playing Machine Gun Kelly because he's coming on Wednesday, and I had his new album. I was listening to Machine Gun Kelly, and I had the Greens out. That's Central Park, a little tiny thing in my sketchbook. But yeah, when I took the picture, and she goes, "I'm putting this out on social media," and I said, "Who are you, the paparazzi?" And she goes, "Really?" I'm deleting it. I go, "Go ahead, I don't care." She just thought it was cute. She thought it was cute the way the cat was sitting on my little painting table.
I mean, she goes great cat pictures, but to see You had your little ruler, like there's a whole mesh. How big was that picture? Like 6 inches, 5 inches?
Like 3 inches. It's in the sketchbook.
What do you think, like the detail? Yeah, I could tell. I could look at that and tell. Like I figured
Maybe. I finished what Jimmy said, I finished a big painting of a scene. Maybe I'll put that up. But not now.
You know, there's so much shit going on. So much bad stuff, people thinking this and that. People see YouTube and it's inspiring, man. On like a different level. That you should, I believe you should share, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what. Painting is a great way to pass time for people. It requires concentration, artistic vision, and it's fun. And I recommend it. I was telling a friend of mine the other day who was complaining about boredom. I said, use your hobby. Take up painting. It's fabulous. You know, and I gotta go, Apple. But I hate to hang up on you, but the show has gone on and on and on. Tomorrow's another day. We'll be back. Call back tomorrow. I'll talk to you. All right, Robin. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye. We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts with us by emailing sternshow@howardstern.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram @SternShow. And visit howardstern.com for photos, recaps, games, and more. You can watch the Howard Stern Show on video by downloading the SiriusXM app today.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm a service technician for Dish Network, but lately I've been called the good news guy. I install Dish in people's homes, then the good news starts flowing. With Dish, you get TV's most powerful DVR, the Hopper. It'll hold up to 2,000 hours of TV greatness. You're basically going from being able to store a little bit of your home renovation show to being able to store a lot of your home renovation show and your cooking show. Well, 7 of them. Plus your cop show, your doctor show, and even that show you won't admit to watching. Got the idea? Dish's Hopper holds a ridiculous amount of TV. That's some seriously good news right there.
Whatever your passion, record up to 2,000 hours. Just another reason Dish is ranked #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Dish, tuned in to you. Recording hours vary 2,000 hours based on SD programming. For J.D. Power 2019 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To learn more, dial 1-844 call Dish, visit dish.com, or find a local retailer near you.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news! The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And hence makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free when you go to 4hands.com/100. That's right, free. Zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. HIMS connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And pharmacy sends it right to your door. HIMS makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to HIMS, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hands.com/100. That's 4hands.com/100. for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/100.
Your most life-changing sleep is about what's underneath, which is why every Casper mattress is designed with a system to react and adapt to your body all night long. Inside, precisely 1,501 perforations create a cooling system so effective you won't be awake to notice. And only Casper mattresses are made with 86 supportive jump pods to align your spine and eliminate aches and pains. All with a perfect, cozy surface that cradles you with lush comfort from the moment you crawl into bed. Altogether, it's the cooling, supportive comfort you need for the most refreshed feeling come morning. Guaranteed. Or your money back. Only on Casper Mattress. Only at Casper.com.
Across the country, we're staying home for the greater good. And while we're all learning how to become homebodies, with Echelon, it doesn't mean you have to sit still. Choose from Echelon's lineup of connected fitness bikes, fitness mirrors, and rowing machines, and the whole family can get a fun and challenging workout from the comfort and safety of home. In as little as 20 minutes, you can get into the best shape of your life and be active with the entire family. Our world-class instructors will motivate you with daily live and on-demand classes that are always available when you need them. Unlike our competitors, Echelon is affordable for everyone. Our EX1 connected fitness bike is less than half the price of a Peloton. And with Echelon financing, you can try us out risk-free for 30 days, 0 down, and as little as $46 per month. So now you don't have to pay a ton for a Peloton. Go to echelonfit.com/100. That's ECHELONfit.com/100. echelonfit.com/100. Oh, Doc. I'm graduating from Marty Jr. at the 2028 Shenandoah Sea Dance.
Oh, I stopped by the school and no one was there.
God, don't you remember? I mean, 2020, this pandemic is still raging on. This year, the big event is being held virtually on SignalWire.
SignalWire? Is that something you brought back from the future?
No, Doc. SignalWire is a new video collaboration platform. It's a complete office, school, online event venue right in your web browser. Here, click this link.
It's revolutionary.
SignalWire makes you feel like you're really there. There's a dashboard where you can see everyone on your team and what room they're in. And you can create, join, transfer rooms on the fly. It's browser-based, so it's super easy to use on any device.
Nowadays, this technology is far too powerful to fall into the hands of someone like
Biff, don't worry, Doc. He's stuck on a Zoom call. Experience the future of remote collaboration today with SignalWire. Go to signalwire.com and use code 100 to sign up for your free 30-day trial. Go to signalwire.com. Signalwire.com today. So, your voice is personal.
I'm home. What smells so good?
I've been cooking your favorite meals. No tasting until you wash your hands. And don't forget to clean that third hand.
Third hand.
Your cell phone, it's connected to you all day. Washing your hands and keeping the devices clean that touch your face is essential for all of us to stay healthy.
Mom, my phone didn't touch anything.
But the germs and bacteria that your hands touch got transferred to your phone.
Oh, yeah. I can sanitize and charge it in our phone soap.
Phone Soap is the original patented and clinically proven UVC phone sanitizer with millions of satisfied customers. It kills 99.99% of germs like E. coli, salmonella, and the cold and flu virus. Don't accept cheap knockoffs. It's the only consumer UV sanitizer with a 360-degree disinfection chamber using torch blast to sustain and ensure that all sides of your phone are disinfected. For a limited time, go to phonesoap.com and use code 100 and save 10% off and free shipping. Go to phonesoap.com and use code 100. That's phonesoap.com today.
everybody was right. I was just having some fun. I was watching Celebrity Family Feud. Weezer versus, listen to this now, Weezer versus Fall Out Boy. I never saw that
That's
before.
what I saw that other day of the Emmys when I was looking for the red carpet. That was the Celebrity Family Feud.
I never saw that before, where the rock bands were going up against each other.
And we don't know anything.
Well, Weezer, I haven't seen the end of it yet. I just started it, but seeing Weezer go up against Fall Out Boy, I'm a big Weezer fan, so
I'm a big both of their fans.
Yeah, but it was weird because it was Fall Out Boy plus Seth Green, the actor, for some reason.
For some reason, yeah.
It was funny. It was like, then it was Weezer, and then there was a woman at the end playing with them on the Weezer side of things.
Right, and I was like, I didn't know there was a woman in that thing.
No, like she's like some kind of studio engineer or something. It said underneath her name.
They needed another person.
But,
No, what I saw, I did see like the final, that final thing where they stand there and answer questions.
Yeah.
And one of the questions was a month that starts with an A. And I can't remember which band it was, but the band member couldn't think of anything.
Maybe the try.
These guys hide. They're answering these questions in such weird ways.
They couldn't get to August, huh?
April was the number one answer.
Right. Capillaries was the number 3 answer. Capillaries.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh God, I wish, back in, when we were doing the news, I would have pulled that final thing because his answers were pretty much matching with no one.
Well, I'll pull it anyway. Yeah, we'll play. Hey, when I woke up this morning about 4 a.m., that's right, your pal was up early. Woke up around 4 a.m. and I saw that Jackie Stallone, the mother of Sylvester and Frank Stallone, died. She was 90, I want to say 98.
Wow.
I don't have an obituary in front of me, but you know what? It happened, I guess. I didn't have much time to prepare an obituary yet. She was 98. I just got confirmation on that. But I bring up the name Jackie Stallone because that's a name that I've forgotten as one of the best guests of all time. Jackie Stallone is a woman, or was a woman, that was so opinionated. The mother of Sylvester Stallone. She was a wild character.
Yeah,
she was
open about it.
That's right, Robin. She was a wild character. She was married 3 times. One time, it was very famous on our show, or infamous. She was on the show, and her ex-husband, the father of Frank and Sylvester, called in. Just interrupted and called in, and he was fantastic. He was yelling at her. He was the two of them. And, she was like a kind of a peripheral show business character in the beginning. I think she was a rockette. Very beautiful woman. In fact, she worked out in a gym up until almost the end of her life. And Jackie really had a fantastic physique for someone her age. She really cared. And I saw even tape of her in the gym. She was doing things for a 98-year-old woman. Her 90s, amazing. She was holding, when you do a squat, she had 2 45-pound plates on a bar. She didn't squat down, but she held them and she had them on her back, which when you're in your 90s, if you can do that, you're way ahead of the game. And she was a character. She was the first woman to ever have a TV exercise show. She had a life and a career, but of course her big claim to fame was Sylvester Stallone, and she was quite proud of Sylvester and Frank. And Sylvester, she'd go around, Sylvester Stallone's mom, and she, was proud of boys.
Like retell or predict the future, astrology, something?
She was very into astrology. And she studied it for 15 years. Who was she studying it with?
Biology.
I don't know who it was.
Who's that teacher?
Who's that teacher? She studied this astrology, and she came in one time. Not only am I an astrologer, but she had coined the term rumpology. And she would cut your ass and do a palm reading of your ass. Which I was like, listen, astrology's all horseshit. But if you can do that, why not? Yeah, so she had some kind of vibe she get from your asshole that, if you suck her fingers on your ass, she got a strong vibe. That was her thing. But she was a character. I loved her. I think for many years, Sylvester Stallone stayed away from our show because when his mother would come on it, it drove him insane. He was so, like, he'd be like, hey, how big is Sly's cock? No, it was very big, She'd answer anything, didn't care. I tell you what I'll do about it. And I should also say she was one of the founders of Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. She started her own wrestling league and was on it. She appeared on Glow many times. I forgot about that. Yeah, so she was a businesswoman, a show business character, and beautiful woman. Oh, when she was a young woman, she was a great beauty. And And like I said, she just had this great spirit about her. I love her. She created the Silver Foxes with Richard Simmons. Like many of the exercise videos that Richard Simmons put out for older people featured Jackie Stallone doing the exercises in the room. So she was a character that was around and doing lots of things. And she claimed she was the astrologer to Lady Di, King Hussein, the Economic Council of Japan. Was any of this true? Who the fuck knows? You know.
Well, what kind of advice did she give them?
Advice.
They all died, didn't
she told them to write a movie called Rocky. And so I'll give you a little clip. This is Jackie Stallone, and I'll have more clips for you tomorrow, okay? I didn't have time, obviously, to, I learned about
You couldn't pull it all together.
Couldn't pull it all together, but she deserves a tribute because she was one of the greats of our show, and there was a period of years where she'd come in. One of those people that would walk into the room, and right away you were having fun. She was angry, she would say, she'd start talking before she hit the microphone, that kind of guest.
She walked through the door talking.
Had the foulest mouth. And, we were on terrestrial radio that is regulated by the government. I would lecture her every time. You can't say fuck. You can't say shit. We're going to remove her life. She did not care. She went in one ear and out the other. One ear and out the other. And, she'd stop. You could hear her plus one go, let's say, listen, you said, I can't feel that. Oh, hello. She was always in the middle of business, A great character. I mean, I've often said to myself, I know Frank Stallone and I know Sylvester just look at me, I don't run them off the air. I do them from on the air. And I said, there's no two ways those boys can be normal. I mean, you cannot have a mother like that. The fact that Sylvester Stallone functions and Frank functions and they are in business and they function every day is a miracle. It is God's gift of a miracle for those boys. Because when you have a mother that crazy, she'd walk in and she'd claim her dogs were psychic as well. And she was trying to really sell that idea that her dogs were psychic. Somehow it would work into something. But, when you're around that kind of crazy, to grow up and to be successful, very difficult.
You to be able to feed yourself. When does she have time for stuff like that?
That's what I mean. I mean, the fact that Sylvester Stallone was going to take a fork and a knife and feed himself is amazing. Let alone write all those great movies and have people working for him and have a family. One of the things that bothered Jackie Stallone was that her son Frank, who we love, Frank never got married, and that bothered him. And meanwhile, Frank wasn't interested in being married. End of sentence. All that bothered Jackie so much. And even Frank
never been successful at marriage.
No, clearly Frank had seen his mother's relationships with men and said, this is not for me. I don't want to subject anybody to this kind of nonsense. But, Jackie couldn't make the association that, Jesus Christ, I couldn't get along with a man. We were fighting. I'm going to play this clip because it'll give you an idea. You can imagine this is on the radio. So what do you think a young Frank Stallone heard at home that made him turned off the marriage? Here she is. Jackie's on our show. Her first husband, who she was divorced from, calls in during our show, and they immediately lit each other up. Here you go.
But you never supported your kids. You never gave them
Alexa, play Howard 101.
Howard 101 from Mammal Sirius XM.
Is it a crime already? Maybe you could go to jail right now.
Yeah, Eric could be doing some time.
We'll visit you. Don't worry, we'll send you a file. I'm filing. You're going to be in a little jail.
So what are you in for, Mr. Howard?
Let's clarify. Eric thought he was saying go talk to him about this.
You did?
Yeah.
And let them see what the fish is.
Well, Eric, just be more careful in the future. I know you're angry, but,
you can't be asking for people to be rubbed out.
Okay?
Right. And let's complete the net.
Right.
So whoever's trying to call me on call lady, whether it's picking up, hello, I'm on the air, I'm not going to answer your call.
Uh-oh, sounds like another hit.
Yeah, that person's in trouble.
Eric, find out who that is interrupting your call, and maybe Johnny can take care of things if you catch my drift.
I'm retired.
Johnny, remember we were on the air today? and someone interrupted my call, take care of it. You know what to do. His name is Frank.
What I was going to say is if it wasn't for the fucking felony, they would have never used me for the show.
Right.
So see, my mother would want.
Hey
My
guys,
mother would cry about that felony.
that's right. Now made you famous. Hey guys, I gotta run, but hey Johnny, I'm glad you brought this to my attention. Thank you.
Well, just, I don't want to do it again for real.
Right. And Eric, you gotta be a little more careful, okay?
And that's not a nice thing to ask a friend to do anyway.
Yeah, Eric.
Unless you want to play it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get paid for your number.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, keep Casey away from this kid. I'm not no bullshit.
Eric, thank you, and thank you, Johnny.
Okay, guys.
All right, bye.
Take it easy.
Send us that message.
Yeah, well, we have it now.
We got it.
We're gonna play it every day.
That should open the show.
You know what to do.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the best.
Do you think Eric now put a hit out on Johnny for betraying him?
Who's he gonna call? Johnny's his only friend.
What if he finds another guy?
And Johnny should worry.
Another Italian with
Yeah,
connections.
Johnny should worry if he starts expanding that circle.
I'm gonna have to work with the blacks now.
there's young button guys who probably want to make a name for themselves. They'll call and offer their services.
Hey Johnny, I got a connection with the Colombians. They're coming for you.
He's got to get a hold of the Russian mob. They're vicious.
Oh, they won't think twice about eliminating Johnny.
We eliminate Johnny.
But take care of it for you, Eric.
Babushka.
Thank you, Mark.
Keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
Wow. That was pretty mind-blowing.
That's great. You know what, Eric? We know you have that kind of greatness in you.
Eric the operator. Eric the tough guy.
The man.
Yeah.
The boss.
The badass.
That's a badass.
Eric wants a hit.
Hey, Johnny, can you catch the replay for that dumbass from supposedly from my school called in and so that I ruined the school because having them do construction and everything? Find that guy. His name is Gary. You know what to do. You know what to do. Just find him.
Wow.
Amazing.
He's a real man. Remember what he's got to do?
Find him.
Find him. Make an example of him.
Don't midget.
Jerry now living in Montana under the name Sarah.
But you know, he sounds like those guys who sit around the Bergen Hunt and Fish Club. That's exactly what they say.
No, the Bergen Hunt and Fish Club, Rob. That was just a place to play cards.
Call 949-60-STERN to request your fan favorite. 949-60-STERN. 949-60-STERN. Power 101. Power 101 presents Saturday soundtracks. Legendary musical performances from the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. Pearl Jam, baby. Love this song. My favorite Pearl Jam song. Glorified Jake. A glorified version of a pellet gun. Isn't that it? Yeah. Beautiful. So Natalie Maines is here. She was formerly of the Dixie Chicks. Now she's a solo artist. Super fan of the show. Love this woman. Hey, baby. Haven't seen you in so long. What's it been, like a year? Maybe.
Has it been how long did you say?
A year? Maybe more.
Yeah, maybe more.
When did you come to my house? That was like 2 years ago.
Longer.
And you grew your hair back.
A little bit.
I like it.
Thanks.
Hey, you want to try another? You think Freddie, you gonna fuck this up? Or you think, Freddie, you nervous?
Of course I'm nervous.
Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah,
you're
he's a real class singer.
that's what I'm saying. You usually play for Nate.
Well, you're a real class singer too.
Yeah, but you feel confident to play this song.
Hey, if it sucks, then play the CD.
It's
And that, if any point you feel it sucks,
Just hold it for me. I'm not being
all right, let's try. Let's try.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day. Ole, ole. Happy, happy Fuck the Cops Day. Shit is fucked up and stuff. Alexa, play Howard 101. Or Alexa, play Howard 100.
Howard 100 from Randall Sirius XM.
You're talking bands, or are you including like singular artists, people who are solo artists? You just want to know band.
Just rock band.
Okay. Well, this is a question I have thought about many times. In fact, I'll tell you what, I woke up about 4 o'clock this morning, and I actually thought about this. It's kind of weird that you're calling about it. Because, you know, I'm really into music, and it disappoints me that I didn't concentrate a little bit harder on playing guitar, piano, that kind of stuff. But I really thought about this a lot because I was watching Bruce Springsteen was talking. Well, Bruce is, I guess he's 70-something or 70 years old. So he's a little bit older. He's older than me. And he was talking about the impact of Elvis Presley. And he said, you know, I got a guitar when I saw Elvis Presley perform, but it didn't work out. Like, I wasn't that into it, and I didn't really learn how to play it. I wanted a guitar, and then I got bored with it, or whatever. But then, when the Beatles, I guess, Ed Sullivan, or when the Beatles first came out with their album, he heard that album. He said he called. I think he said he called his sister. I guess he had a sister, and the sister said, "He said, have you heard this group, the Beatles? Have you heard this?" And then he went back and got the guitar, and he took it seriously. And from that day forward, he became a musician. So whenever you say, what are the top 3 rock bands? Rock now. If you're talking overall single artists, I could talk to you about...
Alexa, what matches with green?
Here's something I found on the web. According to GreatSaver.com, green represents the synthetic kind that the society encourages, and red represents the raw, natural kind that K1 knows from the other provinces.
That's correct.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I mean, those guys all had talent, they all great, they know, blah, blah, blah. But the Beatles, #1 band of all time, rock band, they even go beyond the band. But with the innovation, Sgt. Pepper's, Magical Mystery Tour, forget all those albums. If they had only put out Rubber Soul, if they had only put out Help, you would have said, oh my God, that was the greatest band ever. It's insane. So if you gotta, as soon as you say top 3, you gotta eliminate one of the slots. It's always the Beatles, forever the Beatles. It's only the Beatles. They inspired one. The Rolling Stones looked at the Beatles and went, oh my God, they're doing what we're doing, but they figured out how to break through. So it's always the Beatles. There's no discussion. If you want to sit and argue it, you should really go off to Siberia, because you're a mutant. You don't even know what you're talking about. It's always the Beatles in any discussion. So already, Kyle, we've eliminated one of the slots. So you're really asking me. So you're really asking who are the 2 greatest bands of all time?
If I can ask really quick, Robin mentioned yesterday that they only released 10 albums, I think. So they weren't around that long, really. Maybe 15 years, I think, 70. So.
Yeah.
Right. So their impact was, I think, greatly limited, and even though they were
No idea.
Kyle, how old are you?
I mean, 26.
Okay, so their impact, I can't even tell you their impact. They set off a revolution in clothing and hair. They set off a political
They took
revolution.
over everything.
Yeah. So the greatest band of all time are the Beatles, John, Paul, George, and Ringo. I don't think there's a person on the planet. Are you trying to disagree with me?
Well, I'm just saying that, yeah, their impact with fashion and culture, all that, you're not wrong at all. But musically, I mean, I think that there are better bands, just if we're looking at music.
All right, so who's better?
That's what I'm talking about. Well, if I were to guess your next 2...
don't guess my 2. Tell me what your 3 bands are. And I'll tell you
mine. I would say Led Zeppelin. In no particular order, Led Zeppelin. Queen, I think, should absolutely be considered. And, the third one is tough for me, because I could say, I know I could be persuaded about the Beatles. I can't ever really tell you the Rolling Stones. I really want to get your thoughts on them, because I don't really get their music yet. And I would say Rush, even though I know you hate them.
No, that's a joking list. But they're 26-year-old kid who knows nothing. I mean, you're living in Illinois, and you're limited in your scope. I get it. What's your story? How old do you get? 26. What do you do for a living?
I'm a music teacher.
Oh, this is a shame. This is why in Illinois these kids are they're being stupid. The music teacher thinks Rush is the greatest thing of all time. Yeah, you're breaking mine, because you're teaching young people this kind of bullshit. I'm going to tell you something. I'm one of those people that believes the arts should be taught in school. The first thing they cut from a budget is the music, the you don't even see art classes anymore. Maybe in kindergarten they stop. But these are the most important classes. You know, of course, math and science and all this shit. But art is a language that has to be taught so that kids learn how to interpret the world and see the world with different eyes. They call it artist eyes. Once your eyes are open to painting and drawing,
Yeah, that's fucking great.
it's like being on
So
an acid
happy.
trip. I could stare at a tree for 2 or 3 hours, and I've done it. Like trying to figure out the actual composition of that tree so I can understand how to draw it. Now, when kids miss out on that, it's a shame. When kids miss out on the beauty of music and understanding. Now, Kyle, I consider your job very important. One of the most important jobs, even though they cut the budgets first with music. But for you to teach kids that Rush is in the top 3 bands of all time, I really feel
in the discussion.
I really feel I'm going to have to contact the school and have you removed because you're forcing them. You know, you're teaching them. They're teaching them mediocrity. You understand? So you've got to. Well, listen. I'm telling you the truth. Rush is like number 9 million. You're way off.
There's not many bands. But
Right, so let's teach you now, so you can tell the kids today. You tell them this is coming straight from Howard Stern, a professional disc jockey, many progressive radio stations and rock stations.
Unlike you, he's heard all the music.
That's right. Although a lot of the music I didn't get to hear because Burt Ravens took out a lot of the.
All the stuff. There's a bunch of stuff.
Now, you brought up Queen. Queen, you know, we all love Queen. You saw the movie Kyle, and now you're all charged up. And Freddie Mercury and Brian May are 2 extraordinary talents. But if you knew your rock history, you'd know that Brian May has frequently cited the Beatles as an inspiration for Queen. And of course it is. I mean, if you listen,
Everybody has to cite that.
and Brian specifically pointed out the White Album, which Kyle, your homework tonight is to go listen to the White Album 50 times. Listen to Happiness is a Warm Gun, Dear Prudence. And Brian May said those 2 songs are blinding examples of how music can be like painting a picture on a canvas. In other words, it is so multi-layered. There's layers in painting and there's layers in music. And that's what Queen was all about. And who did they learn that from? Not the fucking Moody Blues, who I love. But they learned it from the Beatles. They didn't even brought up the Moody Blues. I'm giving
You
you.
didn't learn it from Rush.
I'm helping you.
Alexa, stop.
How old are the